ONS 2015 in sunny Santa Clara, there's lots of SDN and NFV talk, as there always seems to be. And of course, this being the Open Networking Summit, all the big players are talking about how their SDN and NFV solutions are embracing openness. One such player is Huawei, who have indeed demonstrated their commitment to openness in several ways. They've incorporated a philosophy of openness into their offerings in 3 key ways. First, through Open SDN, where networks are free and open to customization and virtualization.
Huawei is very happy to be here, bringing our SDN demonstrations and our progress in SDN. In particular, one of the demonstrations I'd like to highlight is our IP and optical integration, where we take SDN and use the SDN concepts for the IP network and for the optical network, and we blend them together so that we can control both networks simultaneously. Our operators have been complaining for many years about the cost of operating their networks and the cost of the equipment in their network. By blending the 2 networks together and controlling the 2 networks simultaneously, we can reduce their costs. Now, that has to be done not just in a technical fashion, it has to be done in an open fashion. So we're doing 2 things here. We're showing the technical solution, but here we're also showing an open solution where we're working with other vendors, working with other router vendors and working with other folks looking at different orchestration systems to show that we can use SDN not just to solve the technical solutions that our customers want, but to also do it in an open fashion, which of course allows them to pick and choose who their suppliers are. So for us, SDN solves the problems for our customers, allows us to work with our competitors, and allows us to deploy these kinds of solutions in large scales in our existing networks. So it's a win-win-win for everybody.
Secondly, through innovating with the future in mind so that their products and services are built and ready for current and future networks, where legacy carriers will still be active, but we also might be seeing virtual operators and other businesses with currently non-existent operating models.
I'm going to talk to you about how Huawei is leading the charge for the northbound interface in the network. What does that really mean? It means we're interested in how applications talk to the network and how we can make those applications work across the network. Now, how do you do that? The first thing is you learn that we've got to start to talk a different way. We've got to start with intent. Tell me what you want, not what you can do for me. That's really great. How do we go from that to code? We go into the open source world. Huawei has led a charge of heading toward an open source, the Open Daylight project, with a network modeling project that signals that intent to the network. What will that do for you? It will enable your hypervisors. Huawei has a tremendous open hypervisor, or a commercial hypervisor, or an open source, to control your network. Let's say you're a home network and you want to have parental controls. The user signals it to the controller, and suddenly you protect the network. Well, how do you make it work for everybody? You make it open, you make it standard. We're working in ITF and ONF and other forums to make it standard across all sorts of people, and then you ship it in your product. Well, welcome to Huawei. We do it all.
And finally, Huawei is showing their commitment to openness through their collaboration with vendors, organizations, and carriers from all over the industry and within the broader ecosystem.
The demo is about the agile VPN for the carrier and the SP network. You know, the SDN technologies bring the new ways to provision the VPN network. The VPN provision the VPN through the SDN controller is not new. However, the new technologies we used here is use the ONS as controllers. Huawei built the applications on top of the ONS to provision the VPN network. Okay, the number 2 is from the innovation side. Collaboration is very important to us. So basically from the vendor and the carriers, they need to collaborate with each other to work on a use case. Then they will give the benefit to the both sides. So from the vendor side, they can get the requirements from the carriers, and then they will build the solution for them, and the carrier can acknowledge these ones. Okay, without the acknowledge our solutions and the technologies, our technology is still built into the lab, cannot go to the market. So the number two is the carriers, after carriers acknowledge these ones, so we basically can quickly speed up time to market.